เอวเมสุตัง
เอกังสมยังภควาภารณสิยังวิหารติอิสิปตเนมิคทาเยตตระโคภควาปัญจวัคคีเยภิกขุอามันเตสิทเวเมภิกขเวอันตาปาปชิเตนะนะเสวิตาภายโยจายังกาเมสุกามสุขันลิกานุโยโคหิโนคัมโมโปตุชนิโกอนาริโยอนาถสันหิโตโยจายังอัตตกิลมัฏฐานุโยโคทุกโขอนาริโยอนาถสันหิโตเอเตเตภิกขเวอุโภอันเตอนุปคัมมมาชิมาปฏิปทาตถาคเตนะอภิสัมพุทธาจักขุกรณียานกรณีอุปสมัยยะอภิญญายสัมพุทธายนิพพานายสังวัตติกตมาจะสาภิกขเวมาชิมาปฏิปทาตถาคเตนะอภิสัมพุทธาจักขุกรณียานกรณีอุปสมัยยะอภิญญายสัมพุทธายนิพพานายสังวัตติอะยเมวะอริโยอัตถังคิโกมาโคสัยยติทังสัมมาทิฏฐิสัมกัปปะสัมมาวาจาไสโวสัมมาวายามมาสติสัมมาทิอายังโคสาภิกขเวมาชิมาปฏิปทาตถาคเตนะอภิสัมพุทธาจักขุกรณียานกรณีอุปสมัยยะอภิญญายสัมพุทธายนิพพานายสังวัตติอิทังโคปนะภิกขเวทุกขังอริยสัจจังชาติปิทุกขาชราปิทุกขามรณัมปิทุกขังโสกปริเทวทุกขโทมนัสสุปายาสาปิทุกขอะหิสัมปโยโคทุกขสมุทัยโยอริยสัจจังยายังตัณหาโปโนภวิกานันทิราคะสหคตาตาตระตาตราภินันทินิสัยยติทังกามตัณหาอิทังโคปนะภิกขเวทุกขนิโรธอ ริยสัจจังโยตัสสะเยวตัณหายาเสสวิราคนิโรโทจาโคปฏินิสสะโคโมติอนาลโยอิทังโคปนาภิกขเวทุกขนิโรธคามินีปฏิปทาอริยสัจจังอายเมวะอริโยอัตถังคิโกมาโคไสยทิทังสัมมาทิฏฐิสัมมาสังกัปโปสัมมาวาจาสัมมากัมมันโตสัมมาอาชีโวสัมมาวายาโมสัมมาสติสัมมาสมาธิ
อิทังทุกขัง
อริยสัจจันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิตังโคปนิทังทุกขังอริยสัจจังปริญญายันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิตังโคปนิทังทุกขังอริยสัจจังปริญญาตันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิอิทังทุกขสมุทัยโยอริยสัจจันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิตังโคปนิทังทุกขสมุทัยโยอริยสัจจังปหาตาพันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิตังโคปนิทังทุกขสมุทัยโยอริยสัจจังปหินันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิอิทังทุกขนิโรโทอริยสัจจันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิตังโคปนิทังทุกขนิโรโทอริยสัจจังสัจฉิกาตาพันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธรรมเมสุจักขุงอุทปปาทิญาณังอุทปปาทิปัญญาอุทปปาทิวิชชาอุทปปาทิอาโลโกอุทปปาทิตังโคปนิทังทุกขนิโรโทอริยสัจจังสัจฉิกตัง นติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธัมเมสุจักขุงอุทธัปปาทิญาณังอุทธัปปาทิปัญญาอุทธัปปาทิวิชชาอุทธัปปาทิอาโลโกอุทธัปปาทิอิทังทุกขนิโรธคามินีปฏิปทาอริยสัจจันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธัมเมสุจักขุงอุทธัปปาทิญาณังอุทธัปปาทิปัญญาอุทธัปปาทิวิชชาอุทธัปปาทิอาโลโกอุทธัปปาทิตังโขปนิทังทุกขนิโรธคามินีปฏิปทาอริยสัจจังภาเวตาพันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธัมเมสุจักขุงอุทธัปปาทิญาณังอุทธัปปาทิปัญญาอุทธัปปาทิวิชชาอุทธัปปาทิอาโลโกอุทธัปปาทิตังโขปนิทังทุกขนิโรธคามินีปฏิปทาอริยสัจจังภาวิตันติเมภิกขเวปุเพอนันโนสุเตสุธัมเมสุจักขุงอุทธัปปาทิญาณังอุทธัปปาทิปัญญาอุทธัปปาทิวิชชาอุทธัปปาทิอาโลโกอุทธัปปาทิยาวกีวันจะเมภิกขเวอิเมสุจตุสุอริยสัจเจสุเอวันติปริวัตตังทวาทสาการังยถาภูตังญาณทัสสนังนสุวิสุทธังอโหสิเนวตาวาหังภิกขเวสเทวเกโลเกสมาระเกสพรหมเกสสมณพรหมนิยาปชายสเทวมนุสายอนุตตรังสัมมาสัมโพธิงอภิสัมพุทโธปัจจัญญาสิงยโตจะโคเมภิกขเวอิเมสุจตุสุอริยสัจเจสุเอวันติปริวัตตังทวาทสาการังยถาภูตังญาณทัสสนังสุวิสุทธังอโหสิอัฏฐาหังภิกขเวสเทวเกโลเกสมาระเกสพรหมเกสสมณพราหมณิยาปชายสเทวมนุสายอนุตตรังสัมมาสัมโพธิงอภิสัมพุทโธปัจจัญญาสิงญาณัญจปนเมทัสสนังอุทธัปปาทิอกุปปาเมวิมุตติอายมันติมาชาตินาติธานิปุนาภโวติอิธรรมโวจะภควาอัตตมนาปัญจวัคคียาภิกขุภควโตภาสิตังอภินันทุงอิมาสมิงจะปนวัยยากรณาสมิงพันยมาเนอายาสมโตโกนทัญญาสวิรชังวิตมลังธรรมจากขุงอุทธัปปาทิยังกินจิสมุทัยธรรมังสัพพันตังนิโรธธรรมันติปวัตติเตจะภควตาธรรมจากเกภูมิมาเทวาสัทธมโนสาเวสุงเอตัมภควตาภาราณสิยังอิสิปตเนมิคทาเยอนุตตรังธรรมจากกังปวัตติตังอาปฏิวัติยังสมเนนวาพระมเนนวาเทเวนวามาเรนวาพระมุนาวาเกณจิวาโลกัสมินติ
ภูมานัง
เอวานังสัทธังสุตวาจาตุมหาราชิกาเทวาสัทธมนุสาเวสุงจาตุมหาราชิ กานังเทวานังสัทธังสุตวาตาวติงสาเทวาสัทธมนุสาเวสุงตาวติงสานังเทวานังสัทธังสุตวายามาเทวาสัทธมนุสาเวสุงยามานังเทวานังสัทธังสุตวาตุสิตาเทวาสาเวสุงตุสิตานังเทวานังสัทธังสุตวานิมมานรติเทวาสัทธมนุสาเวสุงนิมมานรตินังเทวานังสัทธังสุตวาปรนิมมิตวสวัตติเทวาสัทธมนุสาเวสุงปรนิมมิตวสวัตตินังเทวานังสัทธังสุตวาพระมกายิกาเทวาสัทธมนุสาเวสุงเอตัมภควตาภาราณสิยังอิสิปตเนมิคทาเยอนุตตรังธรรมจักกังปวัตติตังอาปฏิวัติยังสมณเณนวาพระมเณนวาเทเวนวามาเรนวาพระมุนาวาเกณจิวาโลกัสสมินติ
อิติหเตนะคะเน
นะเตนะโมโหเตนะยาวะพระมโลกาสัตโตอาภูคาจิอายัญจัตถสสหัสสีโลกธาตุสังกัมปิสัมปะกัมปิสัมปะเวทิอาปมาโนจะโอลาโลโอภาโสโลเกปาตุระโหสิอติกัมเมวะเทวานังเทวานุภาวังอัตถโคภควาอุทานังอุทานเนสิอัญญาสิวัตโพโกนทันโยอัญญาสิวัตโพโกนทันโยติอิติหิทังอายสมโตโกนทันยาสอัญญาโกนทันโยตเววนามังอาโหสิติ
Meditation for beginners, the 7 bases of the mind. I'd like to invite you all to find a comfortable position for yourself in meditation. With your right leg on your left leg, your right hand on your left hand, with the index finger of your right hand touching against the thumb of your left hand, with your hands palm upwards on your lap. Or you can adopt any other looser variation of this position which helps you to feel more comfortable for your meditation. The important thing is that you feel alert but yet relaxed. You should adjust your body so that your breathing and your circulation are completely natural. Adjust your position to minimize any possible aches or pains. Anything that might disturb the continuity of your attention. and relax every muscle of your body. Relax every muscle, starting with the muscles of your forehead. Your eyebrows, your eyelids, and take special care to make sure that your eyes are only very gently closed. Make sure there's no pressure around your eyes. Never squeeze your eyes closed. But close your eyes only very gently, in much the same way you would close your eyes to go to sleep. And relax the muscles of your face, your neck, both shoulders, both arms down to the tips of your fingers. Relax them all completely. Relax the muscles of your chest, trunk and abdomen, both of your legs, down to the tips of your toes. So that all the way from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, there's no remaining part of your body with any stress or tension anymore. If you notice any stress or tension still remaining in your body, then try to relax it completely. Because the body that is completely relaxed will have the feeling as if it seems to melt away into the atmosphere around you. You have no further worries about your body anymore. So that you can turn your attention to relaxing the mind. Relax the mind by letting go of all thoughts about the things of the world. For a few moments put aside all worries and concerns about your everyday life. Don't allow your mind to wander to thoughts of work, friends, family, study, or any other thing. But keep your mind on the task in hand. The task of training the mind, while filling your mind with thoughts of happiness and joy. Fill your thoughts with happiness and joy, as if your mind was completely filled with tiny particles of happiness and joy. Filling your mind so full that there's no room left in your mind for anything else. Make your mind spacious, light, radiant, and refreshed. And such a mind is one which is ready and waiting for the harmony and unity which we'll embark upon in the meditation to follow. So once you are relaxed both in body and in mind, very gently, using no effort at all, Imagine for yourself a picture of a bright object. A picture of a bright object such as a shining sun, a shining full moon, or a star, or a crystal ball, any one of the four which you find easiest to imagine. Imagine a picture of that bright object as if that object is floating in front of your face. A shining sun, a full moon, a star, or a shining crystal ball, as if it is floating in front of your face. Effortlessly. And reduce the object of your choice in size until it is only 1 centimeter in diameter. Until it is the size of the tip of your little finger and floating in front of your nose. In front of the left nostril for women and in front of the right nostril for gentlemen. Floating in front of your nose at a point we call the first base of the mind. Make the bright object as bright as you can and as clear as you can, while in your mind repeating to yourself the sound of the mantra Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And then move the shining bright object slowly but smoothly inside your nostril, inside the left nostril for women and inside the right nostril for men. Moving slowly inside your nostril until it reaches a point inside your nose, just next to the corner of the eye. And here it stops at a point we call the second base of the mind. Here the object stops still. And we make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while hearing the sound of the mantra Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And then the bright object moves slowly backwards inside our head, backwards on a horizontal plane, until it comes to a point in the precise center of our skull, in the very center of our head, a point we call the third base of the mind. Here again the bright object comes to a standstill. Here we make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while repeating to ourselves Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And now the bright object is moving gently downwards, downwards from the center of your head, directly downwards, until it comes to a point at the roof of your mouth, a point we call the fourth base of the mind. Here the bright object comes to a standstill, object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while at the same time repeating the mantra to ourselves, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And again the bright object moves directly downwards, downwards inside our throat, downwards until it reaches a point just above the Adam's apple, a point we call the 5th base of the mind. Here the bright object comes to a standstill. We make the object as bright as we can and as clear as we can, while at the same time repeating the mantra to ourselves, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang 3 times. And now the bright object moves downwards again, deeper inside our chest, deeper inside our trunk, deeper inside our abdomen, moving directly downwards. If you imagine the central part of your body, then imagine 2 thin threads. One thread running from your navel on a horizontal plane directly through your back. A second thread on the same plane from the left side to the right side. Those 2 threads come to an intersection at a point in the center of the body, a point we call the 6th base of the mind. Now we move our bright object downwards until it comes to this intersection of the 2 threads, at a point in the center of our stomach. The bright object comes to a standstill at this point.
สัพเพพุทธามพลปัตตามปัจเจกานันจะยังพลังอรหันตานันจะเตเจนะรักขังพันธามิสัพพโสเตอัตถลัทธาสุขิตาวิรุณหาพุทธศาสเนอโรคาสุขิตาโหทะสหสัพเพหิยานติภิสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนะสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนัสสทธาโสธีภวันตุเต
Sadhu. Please pay respect to the teaching monk by bowing 3 times. First bow, second bow, third bow.
Good evening, everyone. My second time here with you all. So last time we studied about gain and loss in life. So it is just the way to view the life to make us less suffering. Because in the word of the Lord Buddha, he said, กิจโฉมนิสสัมปฏิลาโภกิจฉังมัจจานะชีวิตัง The second part is mean even living day by day is very hard, very tough. I'm not sure it is right, but I think everybody has the answer in our own mind how it is. Just maintenance our life, suffering enough. From the outside problem, our own problem. All of this sum up together. Even many people escape this kind of life by commit suicide a lot. I once used to be have been in Japan that years, maybe 10 years ago. And 10,000 people commit suicide that year. 10,000. Nobody killed them. They killed themselves. Why? Because of this kind of suffering that they want to escape. But the truth is, when they escape from this kind of suffering, they will face more suffering because of the action. So that's why the people should listen to the Lord Buddha, because he teach, don't kill anyone, even yourself. Patient. Use this kind of thing to train yourself to be more tolerant to the world, because the more you train, the better you are. Because it's just like the miracle of our life. The body is the same. It said karma is behind everything. I once have a grandfather, he ordained as a monk, and that period of time is just like this period is called Lent season, 90 days, and there are 4 monks living together and they have agreement. Let's compete. And they compete each other. They compete about what? Stop eating. They have the goal 90 days of no solid food or they drink waters alone. And there were 4 monks compete each other. And my grandfather was one of them. The first monk gave up after 15 days after drank only water. The second one gave up after 20 days. And the third one started eating again after 60 days. My grandfather has reached the goal. He shared the experience about this kind of compete. He said, the benefit of stop eating, there are a lot, and a lot of disadvantage too. So it has the good side and the bad side. What is the good side? The good side is when you are stop eating, you will feel the weight down your body is lightened. It's good for sitting, for meditation. You can sit longer. This is one of the benefits. Another one is to understand the words and the suffering of this world. In Thailand, we have the words, 2 words is called hiu and hoi. Hiu is hungry in English. What does a hoi mean, Michael? What is a hoi mean? Hoi is the feeling of no energy. And the thing is, this kind of training, I used to train once, but I only tried 7 days. And I really understand about this word, this kind of word. Really. because it's a true experience. What kind of thing is this? It's strange when you have nothing. For the example, even the meal that you have, you don't have the meal to eat. What is your mind wonders about? It's wonder about food alone. When you sit for meditation and the mind wonder, what is wonders about? Oh, I saw noodles flying my way, come my way, and a lot of food that if I counted, it should be 100 kind of food while sitting for meditation at that time. Thinking about food alone. Why? Because the body desire, need this kind of thing. But the thing is, when I start eating food again, what is in my mind? It's something else, not food. It's just like the people struggle to gain more and more in this life. So sometimes when you walk back to what we really need in this world, maybe the pictures of our life nowadays will be different. Why that's so, as I said last time, the gain is to loss in this world. So when you gain something and lost something, you will need more, gain more, and you will lose more. This is the key. That is the last time. Today we will talking. Just finish this one before I forgot. So kind of feeling. When you are hungry, you will think about food. When you are full, you think about something else. And the thing is, when you have no food, you have no energy to do anything, even thinking sometimes. So when we are suffering, what we do, when we are awake, we use the thought to deceive ourselves, to forget about the suffering. Use your thought. So it's no wonder why we practice meditation. And you said many people have the behavior of thinking. When you sit, you start thinking. Even Long P. Nicholas try to guide you to do something, to close your eye, to relax your body, to move around, and recite the mantra. But you not go with him. You do something else, thinking. Why? That is because you are not happy about what you are doing. So one of the reasons why we have the thought by sitting for meditation is you are not really in meditation. You know it's good, but you are not in it. Accept yourself. This is the truth. So the first thing you should find in practice is how to love meditation first. Because most of many people fail because they not love meditation. They just know it's good and force to do it. So that's why the thought come out. This is natural. So every time you have thought by practice, that is a reminder you are not in what you are doing. Because if you're in what you are doing, you will have another thought. You will have concentration better. So this is what I learned from stop eating 7 days, but not stop drinking. You're drinking it 3 days. Otherwise, you not see me now. Okay, let's start for today. The topic that I said is something is very small, but it's not really small, it's huge. This is a teaching that the Lord Buddha left us to practice, to understand. It's good that I ordained as a monk and travel a lot in Thailand, in another country. Australia maybe 22 countries that I have been before. So I found a lot. Peoples, buildings, trees, environments, cultures. Even in the Middle East, I stay over there like almost decades, almost 10 years. So this kind of travel give me a lot of experience. So this kind of experience, I use it to prove the teaching on the Lord Buddha, because when I've been there, I used to be in the church, used to be in the mosque. Mosque is masjid. In the Middle East, they call mosque, but in Thailand, they call masjid. I'm not sure why it come like that. Didn't have the time to learn about those, because even in Buddhism alone, There are huge knowledge, but I still didn't finish studying it. I think even entire my life, I have 100 years, still not finished. Because Buddhism is start from meditation. Before meditation, Prince Siddhartha ordained as an ascetic, and he spent 6 years before enlightened as the Lord Buddha. It means one night, the prince that moved away from the household to be the ascetic and spent 6 years and became the Lord Buddha because of one night of practice meditation. The knowledge he found is very huge enough until right now we try to put it down in the book, and in Thailand, only Pali alone, 45 volumes. And this 45 volumes is said only just like some few leaves compared to the trees in the forest. It means what he chooses for us to learn is very little. So even you read all of 45 volumes, try to understand it. I dare say you can't understand that because knowledge in that all of 45 volumes have many levels. The first level is normal people can understand. For the example, some kind of teaching. For the example, if you need prosperity, first thing you have to avoid is the bad guy. What is a bad guy? The bad guy is someone who not only do bad alone, but they invite another to join them. Why? Because for security, if they had been caught, he accept alone. He bear the burden alone. But if he have friends, so everybody share together. That's why it's just like the behavior for the bad guy to ask, to convince the people surround them, to be like them. So the first teaching in that way to prosperity is to avoid this kind of people. You have to know how the people is and judge it if you can involve with them, meet them, greet them, or something like that. Or because somebody you cannot let to enter your house, even your house, you cannot let them in because they will bring problem to your family. But you can talk outside. This kind of teaching, everybody, if you think carefully, they will understand. It's very basic. You can see in this world, many people, many examples. You don't need to experience it yourself. But to see another, because our life may be only 75 years, we have passed away. So the best way to learning is learning from surrounding. Many knowledge I have, I learned from my parents. They act like that. The outcome, some of the outcome they have to take time, like a decades, 10 years, more than 10 years before it give fruit. So if we do it ourselves, we can experience only few things. But if we learn from another, we have a lot of knowledge we can gain from this world. So that's why they said, gain knowledge, the wisdom. Best way is listen more, read more. But strange, he never said speak more. Someone who speak more, I'm not sure is they gain more experience or wisdom. All right, but some of the knowledge is so deep that you cannot use your brain, your wisdom, trying to understand. For the example, the cycle of the life, there are many cause and effect. For the example, why we are love someone, hate someone. In that kind of case, the Lord Buddha said, is the cause of love someone or hate someone is phassa. What does phassa mean? Phassa is meaning from your senses, from your eyes, from your nose, from your ears. When you close your eye and you hear some sound and very, very nice to listen, you like this sound. Why you like this sound? Because your ear received that sound and your mind judges as, I like this one. So it's meaning all hatred and all love in this world come from phassa. Where is phassa came from? And it have the root. I will not talk about this one because this should be the knowledge for the people to understand. But
Some of this circle, I can understand it, but some I can't because it's beyond senses, beyond knowledge can receive. For the example, why we have to born in this world? Why we have to born in this world? He said, the answer of this one is upadhan. And you have this one, and you come to born again, come to born again, come to born again, and sufferings again. What does upadhan mean? Upadhan sometimes have any huge scope of explanation. But if we sum it up, for as our master have teaching, to sum it up is mean daydream. What it is daydream? Some people suffering in this life, they try to avoid to deceive oneself, to make it relief in this world by deceive themselves as a daydream. For the example, someone so poor and you have the dream to win the lottery and got millions, get millions of dollars, so you can go buy cars, buy houses, cars, and jewelry that they like. Is this the truth? Is they really gain what they have the daydream? It's not the case, but sometimes, some of the case that they can, oh, I have a dream like this and the dream come true, and how many cases? Maybe one in millions, not 1 million, millions. The rest are all just a dream. This kind of dream is just like the blueprint. The blueprint that when you have this kind of dream many times is print in your mind. And because of this printing, when we pass away, this printing just like the blueprints that we go forward to born as we dream. But the truth is, you dream just like I want to be rich. But when it's become true, just as someone who want to build a house, the most beautiful house, and they have the blueprint, but they have no money. So when they built, they got only the pillars, not even walls, not even the roof, only pillars alone, because the dream is so huge, but the material is so few. So the dream is come true, but not all of them. Some people dream to have the most beautiful appearance, but when they come to be, maybe only got only eyes, maybe only ears, the rest is unacceptable. So it gain more suffering. That's why when we practice meditation, why the monks or the teaching, they said, don't think too much, because that thinking will come and bite you later. Be empty. The emptiness of the mind all time is the best case, because what we require the most is the knowledge, and follow that knowledge. Thought is just something so small, because the true knowledge is not come from thinking, it's come from not thinking. Because if we believe in the cycle of life, we born billions of times, more than that. Asongtai time is an uncountable lifetime. How many experience we have in one lifetime? Some of the lifetime you are a scientist, some you be farmer, some you be pilot, some you be prime minister, some you used to be king, used to be emperors, used to be ladies, used to be men, and so on and so forth. In every single one of your lifetime contain a huge experience, and all kind of this experience will never disappear. When the experience is kept in a huge data storage, that is your mind, it's big enough, huge enough that it contains universe. But when you pass through the realms from one to another, only few can remember the past. The past can be remembered because of their past. Yes, we can remember yesterday because there was yesterday. It was yesterday. So many people right now, they remember the past. I do remember one guy in UK. He can speak Tibet, but never been there, never been learned, but know how to speak and don't know how to speak and remember the previous life have been killed by somebody as assassinate him and bury his body in some places. This memory haunted him and he need to find the truth, and he go over there and have some proof and point the location that his old body has been buried. And they have covered by a lot of grass, and when the people dig it up, the bones lie beneath that and have the scar in the skull. It said had been killed by axe. So this kind of cases happen all over the world. If you find out about this kind of mystery, you will see. But in Buddhism, we found out this kind of thing long times ago. This world come to be and it destroyed itself. Even civilization, not just the world, even the universe, destroyed. One universe born and destroyed is just split second in the big picture. And this kind of split second of big picture is we have to be born in that cycles many lifetimes. But the truth is, when you pass, the rule is that if you are practicing meditation, your mind ready enough, you can memorize the past. The second case is when you die and you're born again with a short period of time, then you can maintain or remain, the memory will be remain over there. And how many cases? It's interesting to understand this kind of stuff. So if all of the knowledge sum up together and we don't forget anything, how many knowledge we have? It's a lot. Some of the problem we face countless time and we have resolution already inside our mind. Even the scientists, energies, the spaceship, or so on and so forth. Even I do believe in every single one of you have this knowledge inside. And you have been built it before, but you forget how to build it now because it's countless time. As the Lord Buddha, he practiced and purified himself to be perfection, so he can remember all of the lifetime he have in the past. It means he sum up all of knowledge. You can ask every single one of these questions in this universe, and he can answer them all because he experienced them all in the past. No realm that can block the knowledge he had gained through born and die many times. So it means the problem you face right now as a businessman, as a wife in the house, or as a driver, as a worker, all of this you face countless time, and you still struggle to find resolution. The resolution is over there, but you cannot use it. So that's why you think over and over again. This kind of thinking will lead you to another cycle and suffering more. So that is, I said, no need to think too much. If the problem comes, you think and resolve it, fix it much as you can. If you can't, just let it be. No point of thinking too much. Today, there are 5 minutes left. Come to another topic. This kind of topic is something small, but it's very huge. This kind of training is the Lord Buddha asks his follower to follow. What is big, what is small? It's applied in everything. It's very funny that people said Buddhist monk, especially for Theravada, we have 227 rules or regulations to follow. But the truth is, it's not the case. It's not 227, it's 10,000. 10,000 of rules or regulation for the monk to follow. But the main one, the important one, is 227 that come in Patimokkha, or the main rules for the monk. For today, I will show some very small rule that sometimes feel like it's funny to have the rule like this. What is this rule? This rule is set by the Lord Buddha and is in the in the business of every people. When you are enter to the toilet, the restroom, and do some big business, when you are enter over there are many rules for the monk to follow. But it's not too serious, but you have to follow eventually. This rule is, he said, when you are do your own business, don't pushing out poop. It's serious. Why? It did big. At the first time I read this rule, what? This is my own business, and in the private place, why you not allow me to pushing out poop? Don't pushing out. What is the outcome of doing that? What is so bad about do something like that? It's normal for everybody to do something like that. We talking about the rule is so small, insignificant compared to another rule. It's just like almost pointless why you have to do something like that. But should be told, 20 years pass, I understand why. 20 years. Why so this kind of rule is very small, insignificant. So small that shouldn't be concerned about, because when you do or you break this kind of rule, nobody come to punish you. It's your own business. But the thing is, when we take a look about the outcome of this action, what is can come to be. What I found out after 20 years is when you are use your behavior and do business like this, the way to pushing out poop is the way to training to be someone who use force. This is kind of behavior. It look like it's unlinkable, but it's linked. The way you do in the daily time, the way you speak, the way you act, the way you even carry something, drinking water, eating food, that is your behavior that make you to be you right now. With a good training, you become better people. So pushing out poop is the one that make you become anger faster. This is the outcome of many times of practice this kind of stuff. The second one is the way to do something that you have to use force, you have to use muscle around your stomach and pushing out. The thing is, this kind of conduct will make your vessels have more pressure. When the time pass many times, the end result is become the disease called hemorrhoid. 90% of the hemorrhoid come from this kind of conduct. But it's not just one as become to be, is spent 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, or 20 years. And the hemorrhoid one is how many levels. The serious one will make someone want to die now. The unserious one will make their life uncomfortable. So all of this that come to until reach the point someone suffer until they want to die come from all this small thing, pushing out poop. When you want to drink the tea and you put the sugar, only 1 spoon and 2 spoons, always very delightful for that taste. It's just small. But when it accumulate 20 years or 30 years, what is come to be? Yeah, you have to go to find doctor because the blood sugar is very high, and follow after that is a lot of disease that come from very small stuff. Small rule, because the rule that the Lord Buddha said, we have to understand that this is for oneself, not for another. When the people break rule as a monk, as a Buddhist monk myself, I saw somebody else breaking the rule. I never cared about them. Why? Because the true purpose of rule is used for yourself, not to judge another. Because when you follow the rule, this kind of rule will be the angel to protect yourself against another defilement, against yourself from harm. But if you break the rule, you are suffer by yourself. So no need anybody to punish them, to scold them, or to be bad talkings about them, because there's no point. Not the rule that the Lord Buddha said. Because normally the rule that the Lord Buddha said is start from 1 to 10,000. What is one rule? The one rule is to keep again your mind, to be clear at all time. No negative thought arise inside your heart. That is the first rule. And then the rest, you need to keep it. As you see, if you break some rule, what happened to your mind? What happened to your mind? If you understand about it, for example, you kill someone, you start thinking first, and that's suffering from scare, from anger, from so on and so forth. That is the consequences of the action, even before you done it. You have done it. You only suffers about it. After finish that one, what you feel? I do believe everybody have this kind of experience. But today the time was up, and I just give some description. So the later on we will come finish this one, because if we take too much time, it will be the bad reputation for myself. So thanking for joining me today for discussions about the Dhamma. So let's pray to the Tripitaka together. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Puntang Bhagavantang Abhivantemi พุทโธเมนาโถพระพุทธเจ้าเป็นที่พึ่งของเราสวากขาอันโตภะคะวันตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิธัมโมเมนาโถพระธรรมเป็นที่พึ่งของเราสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวันโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามิสังโฆเมนาโถพระสงฆ์เป็นที่พึ่งของเรา
Please pay respect to the teaching monk by bowing 3 times. First bow, second bow, third bow. Please pay respect to the Lord Buddha by bowing 3 times. First bow, second bow, third bow.
Good night, my little child. Mommy is here with you to sing you a song, to guide you along.
Good night, my little child. Daddy is here with you to sing you a song, to help you be strong.
Buddha's blessings be with you, His love forever so true. Dhamma's blessings be with you, Devas watching over you. Sangha's blessings be with you, sleep tight all night through.